What's up guys, Cash back again, and today I want to talk about Marvel's Avengers' need for more comic skins in the game. And just so we're all on the same page, trust me, I know the game needs a lot of things more important than skins right now, but it's reset day and that means we get new skins in the marketplace, and I just want to highlight some costumes it would be nice to see come to the game, as well as spotlight some amazing concept art from members of the community. So with all that said, let's jump into it. Now as promised, I'm giving 2 lucky subscribers Spider-Man's new MCU suit to show my gratitude for the support you guys have shown, and those winners are Bruce Wayne and Trayvon Newton. So congrats to both of you for winning, and you can message me over on Twitter or at my Gmail account to collect your prize. And again, thank you guys so much for supporting. Now as far as the comic skins I love to see, Marvel has so many iconic costumes it's insane, and it's almost impossible to just pick a few, but for the sake of time I'm just picking a handful for each hero that I think most fans will love to see in the game, but feel free to let me know which ones you guys want the most down below. Starting off with Iron Man, I would love to see one of his more recent armors make its way to Avengers, and that's the Model Prime armor, because I honestly just love the design, and my man Brock Solid put together an amazing concept of how this suit could look in the game, and this just looks amazing, and I would love to run around the game with this suit. He also made a concept for another Iron Man armor I think would be awesome to have in the game, and that's the Dr. Doom Iron Man armor, and this one speaks for itself, but how dope would it be to have this in the game? I also think the Model 25 armor would look great in the game as well, and I just love the shoulders on this for some reason, but it would be an instant purchase for me if done right. And the last costume I'll list for Iron Man is one that we should have gotten this past Halloween, and that's his Marvel zombie skin, but technically this look comes from the What If series, and again, credit to Brock Solid for another amazing concept. Moving on to a hero I think kinda gets left in the background is the Hulk, and to be clear, I think more effort should go into tweaking his hair and body to add more variety to his different builds, but nothing crazy, just tone him up more for certain skins or slimming them down where possible. But for most of the skins I chose, he doesn't require much, starting with his Weapon H design. I don't think he really needs the claws because that would alter his gameplay, but everything else for this design would be dope. Another version of Hulk from the comics I love to see is Professor Hulk, and he has a couple of different looks for this version, but I prefer the white t-shirt or the tank top, but they would definitely have to give him his hair. The last one I'll list is the new Starship Hulk, and this design is insane, but I think I like it because it kind of reminds me of Doomsday containment suit design, but I would love to see them be more creative with some of the looks they chose for the Hulk. For Thor, I think his most recent comic costume looks dope as hell, and I don't think it would be too hard for them to adapt it for the game, and all five to put together an amazing concept for this costume, and again, it just speaks for itself. I'd also like to see his other Unworthy costume make an appearance, as well as Rune King and Old King Thor, and of course, I love to see his Ultimate costume in the game, but they will have to figure out the hammer, and I don't think they're putting any resources towards that anytime soon. For Black Widow, I think most players would just like to see her classic design with longer hair, and I would too, but I think her 2099 costume is dope, but I think most of her best outfits will come from the MCU. When it comes to Hawkeye, I want to see his actual classic design in the game, and I also want to see his Ultimates costume as well, because I think that just looks dope, and his Mutant X costume is pretty dope too, and all father did the honors of showing how he look in the game, and I would say Ronin, but I'm sure they'll release an MCU version of that eventually. They pretty much have Kate covered, so hopefully they'll adapt her other look from the show. And for Kamala, I think it would be cool if they gave her a costume showing off her ability to polymorph into the original Ms. Marvel, but I doubt that's happening. For the King, I would love to see his iconic costume from Avengers 52, as well as his costume he wore for his wedding, The Storm, and that's one I really want. But his 1 million BC design is also dope. The last one I'll ask for him is T'Chaka's costume from Ultimate Avengers 2, because that's always been one of my favorites. For Captain America, I would love to see his Hydra costume. That costume was one of his best from the comics, but I also like his Ultimate costume as well. And another costume we should have gotten this past Halloween is his What If Zombies design. And you can see just how good it could have looked thanks to Brock Solid, and man, I hope they can correct that this year, because these zombie costumes will absolutely sell when they hit the marketplace. Of course, last but only because he's limited to one platform is Spider-Man, and you guys know as well as Crystal Dynamics what costume from the comics we want for Spider-Man, and my man Brock Solid made some amazing concepts for the symbiote suit, and he even made a version using the Mark III armor, which I can't lie looks dope as hell. He also did concepts for the Sensational Spider-Man and Spider Carnage, and I just need the art team over at Crystal Dynamics to match these dudes' energy because they bring it with every design they come up with. But I personally want to see the Superior Spider-Man and Assassin Spider-Man costumes make it in, as well as the real big time and Future Foundation costumes. And of course we need the 2099 suit, the Scarlet Spider, and Kane's version of the Scarlet Spider costume. Like I said, there's too many costumes to choose from, and in short, we want them all. But now I'm passing it off to you guys in the comments. What costumes from the comics do you want to see, and what do you think of my list? Make sure to drop a like if you enjoyed the video, and subscribe to catch more Marvel's Avengers content every week. Thank you guys for watching. Thank everyone who supported me, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.